Pistons fans, you know it's training camp. You know we got a couple of things to talk about. Got some clips via Twitter. Got some information to give you guys. Let's dig into it. All right, y'all. So let's talk, man. I got some video clips for y'all today from the Pistons practice facility. Guys, they're working on their jump shots, getting things going, man. Training camp has arrived. I am so excited right now. I don't know what to do with myself, man. A couple of topics we're going to talk about today besides training camp as well. There's little things floating around here and there. One of the things was the birthday party thrown for Cade Cunningham, and that Killian Hayes was not in the presence of that party. Well, we all know who threw that party, right? Sada Baby threw the party. That's what I'm hearing. I'm not sure if Killian was here or in France, but that's another thing that was floating around on Twitter. So I don't know the full details of it, but to me, it's nothing to really think of. We live in a new era today. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they built a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? There's no way if you at odds with somebody, say per se, the go to work Pistons, somebody's at odds with Lindsey Hunter or, somebody else on the team. I don't think that team, supports that. You know what I'm saying? Probably would have been vocal about it or anything. But Sada's been slamming Killian since they drafted him. And he's entitled to his opinion. Even if it's a shitty or lazy opinion, he's entitled to it. So, me personally, like I said, I don't think anything of the situation. I don't think Killian Hayes has really gave it the energy that people would think. Killian is focused on getting himself ready and prepared. I don't think he's worried about Sada Baby, the rapper from Detroit, and what he's saying about him. So, I think Killian's doing other things and he's focused on other things. So whether he went to the party or not, I don't think it really matters to him. I don't think the team meant anything by it. Like I said, you have somebody throwing a party for you that's somewhat of a public figure in the city of Detroit. So, like I said, that's just the circumstances. But let's move on from that. That's petty stuff. Training camp, man. Some clips came out today. Shout out to Rod Beard, James Edwards III, man. Like I said, I always look to those two for sources. Also Amari. And I'm looking forward to work with the Pistons' new beat writer as well. But I always go to those guys for my sources. They do an excellent job at what they do. So shout out to those guys, man. It's kind of like we freeload off of their information. So. But I would love to be a fly on the wall at training camp. I swear I would, at the practice facility down there. So, got some clips, man. Isaiah Stewart was one of the clips today. Just fluent, man. His form, his jump shot, man, from 3-point land just looks so fluent, and it was just looking so easy. And it just continues to impress me with the short, amount of time in the period that he did the improving with his jump shot. So, to see him out there working along with Sadiq Bey, also Jalen Duran, working on his jump shot, that's going to be big time for him in his career if he can continue to develop that. He already has somewhat of a little 15-footer. It's going to be big time for them guys, especially Isaiah Stewart, because he can. It'll help his versatility to play 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? When he's on those nights where he's extremely undersized, he could play that 4 position. Obviously we just added, Bogdanovich to the team too, so that helps. But at that 4 spot, with him and sometimes Bagley, also would love to see him, progress in his shooting. So didn't really get to see a clip like that today, but I can't wait to see the results of the work that they put in. Another person that's been working on this shot all summer is Killian Hayes. just a real short smidget clip of his new form. He changed his form. He's worked with several shooting coaches. That's what the sources tell us. So, I am looking forward to see that as well. See if we can find a consistent jump shot, man, to get him somewhere around, I would say, my expectations around that 33 to 34% range from three this season. I'm not going to be outrageous. You know what I'm saying? So, but somewhere around that range. That's what I'm looking for from three-point land from Mr. Killian Hayes this season. So, big season for him. Pistons went ahead and took care of business. Picked up those options on him, Sadiq and Isaiah Stewart. So Killian can go in there with his head down and worry about getting better and getting reps and, playing some basketball, knowing that he's secure, and that's something that'll come up in the future now. So great move from Troy Weaver to shore up those guys. And, this team, they have a real good feeling about this team. And so do we, in the press conference, like I said, that one of the steps that, they have to take first before we can be contending. We got to go out there and compete and get there. You know what I'm saying? We got to compete, get to them play-ins and get to those low seeds of the playoffs first. That's the stage that we are in right now. And, that's what I'm looking forward to. They're going to go out there and compete this season, and they're going to really make a push to win basketball games. Troy Weaver said they're comfortable with this squad that they have going forward. So, big time right there. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see these young guys get opportunity. I don't really want to see nobody else come in here right now at this point of the rebuild. I want these guys to get reps together, and I want them on the court. I don't want anybody's minutes being taken away. I want reps. That's what I want right now. There's no reason to rush this thing. I say that all the time. So, that was good to hear out of the horse's mouth, so, but adding what he's added, the changes that we made have been excellent, and the Bogdanovich, that took everybody, by surprise, including around the league. But he's here. Bogdanovich has been here for, I believe, 3 days now, so he got on the plane and came here. He's with the team also. So that's a great thing, man. As he said, when he heard the news, he was just happy to be, in this new destination. He knew he was getting traded. So the Jazz were, very transparent with him at the situation. So I always honor and respect the organization that's like that, So, but for him to land here with this group of young guys is the perfect fit. He's the perfect veteran, the perfect example that we need on this team. To fit with these pieces that we have. Great compliment to Cade Cunningham. And speaking of compliments, man, the press conferences, Cade Cunningham mentioned, playing with Jaden Ivey is going to open up a lot of things for this team. And I think we all know that and realize that, by now. But having the likes of Cade and Jaden Ivey along with Sadiq Bey, obviously it's going to be a dangerous thing. But now you add a Bogdanovich, you know what I'm saying? You have an Isaiah Stewart that's knocking down shots now, so that's what we're looking at right now. You have a Marvin Bagley on this team, you know what I'm saying? So whatever the starting lineup may be, I think it's going to be much more balanced. The pieces just fit a lot better to me. So don't know what the deal is on Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel. I've seen a report on Twitter about the injury status. So those guys you won't hear much about them during training camp. They are, playing this thing the right way. Make sure these guys are healthy before they get out there and get on the court. So I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. These guys are veterans. Training camp is a time for you to build with your team. You know what I'm saying? But these guys are the type of veterans that you can just fit and place in at any point, and they'll fit right in. So I have no concern with that whatsoever. Also in their interviews, man, another thing, Killian Hayes, realizing what he needed to do this summer, and what he did this summer. He talked about that a lot. I'm going to post a couple of the clips up here for y'all of, the tweets that was put out. it's good to hear that he knows where he's currently at. He's not happy with the way that his career has went. So, that's big time for me. That's what you want to hear from him. You know what I'm saying? You know what the situation is. You know how big this year is for you. This is a humongous year for him. And I expect him to play pretty well this season. So he's one of the players I have to break through and get to that next level to where we can get somewhat of some good scoring out of Killian Hayes. But right now, he also mentioned to continue to be that voice and, that vocal point on defense. We all know he has that. We all know he has the playmaking ability. We know those are there already. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to the season to see what he can do out there. Also, Saddiq Bey. Can't wait till that story come out about him, man, what he did over the summer, going up in the mountains. Like I said, you don't hear that every day from young guys, man. So that just made me, light up when I heard that the first time I heard it. So, I'm looking forward to all this information to come out, man. And then once again with Cade Cunningham, man, increasing his body, working on his body, realizing that, hey, the stronger I get, the more polarizing of a figure I can be in this league and how dangerous he can be because he does everything, so increasing that body and also focusing on lowering his turnovers. So that was music to my ears as well. So we all know that this time, especially on media day, that's a big time for fan bases to really ooze over, players. And, you're getting ready for the season. Everything is, set back. Everybody's getting ready to go. So, but the things that we've heard from these young guys are the correct things that you want to hear. So with that said, man, I can't wait until we get to that point. The open practice is going to be on October 2nd. They have the free tickets available. I'm not sure if they're still available, but you guys need to check out the website. Also on Twitter, they have the link on there. So check that out. I'll be going to the open practice, of course. So if you're there, you can look for my face, man. Expected to see me there. But anything that I can get to dealing with the Pistons this season, I'm there. I'm there. I'm so excited for this season, man. I just, man. So with that said, man, leave it in the comments, man. Let me know what you guys think about some of the quotes out there. Make sure that you check out Twitter if you have Twitter, and look for those guys, man. James Edwards, Rod Beard, Amari, man. These guys, they do a great job of posting that for you guys out of those interviews. So yeah, leave it in the comments. I can't wait. And I'll see you guys next video, man. Y'all have a great one. Peace.